guys, it's a Trinidadian Beauty here today, bringing you a look on how I do my brows. Now there are so many methods and preferences on doing brows, but for me, I love choosing the method that's the most easiest and less complicated and gets me out the door quick and in a hurry. So if you're interested in seeing how I achieve these brows, then please keep on watching. Okay, let's jump right into it, guys. Now, I love filling in my brows. I love the full brow effect. And for me, I love going along the natural shape of my brow. Now, the first thing you'll need is a spoolie. And you'll need to brush your hair in an upward position so this way you can see where your brows start. Next, I'm going to be taking this Maybeline eyebrow pencil. And I'm lightly filling in a line underneath my brow to give it that first shape. Take your time. I'm making sure to take my time and slowly outline the shape of my brow. I always leave the front of my brow for last to give it an extra light stroke. Next, I'm taking the spoolie and I'm brushing my hair downward so this way I can see the full shape of how it looks on the top of my brow. And again, I'm lightly filling in the top of my brow using short, small strokes and gradually filling in and drawing in my brow. It's very important to move your brow up and down so this way you can see the shape. It's whatever is the best angle that your brow positions. It's always good to move it up and down so this way you can get an idea of how thick or small you need your brow to look. And again, I always leave the front of my brow last to fill in so this way I can go with a very, very light tapping stroke for the front. Next, I'm going in with this Jordana black eyebrow pencil and I'm outlining the tail of my brow. Doing this is going to give my brow a little bit of definition and it's also going to give it sort of an ombre effect, which I love on brows. And now I'm taking my spoolie and I'm blending away all the brow pencils and making sure it's seamless together and there are no harsh lines on my brow hairs. Next, I like to go in with this light Wet n Wild brow pencil and I'm applying that to the very front of my brow. This is to diffuse any sort of harsh color or harsh line to the very front of my brow. This is to give my brow a very faded effect, which is the type of brow that I naturally like to go for. And I am taking that spoolie and I'm still making sure to blend the very front of my brow. Next, using this flat tip brush by e.l.f. You can use any angle brush if you like. And I'm going in with my concealer. This is again by e.l.f. And I'm using the concealer that's 2 shades lighter than my natural skin tone. And I would be outlining the bottom of my brow first. This is to clean up my brow, give it a very sharp and clean look. I never start working on my brows at the front because it's so very important to me to never have a very harsh brow in the front. So I always work my way in. I sort of start like where my eyeball begin and then work my way out. And as you can see, I'm lightly outlining the bottom of my brow and coming to the front very lightly and dragging it down, dragging that concealer down to blend into my eye. This concealer is also going to act as my brow bone highlight. Now for the top of my brow, I like using whatever's left on my brush And I like taking my brush and going over the top, lining the top of my brow, and being very careful not to do it too thick or too thin. I'm starting exactly where my brow hairs begin, and I'm just running that brush on the outline of the top of my brow, connecting it to the tail. Again, I don't start from the very beginning. I leave the beginning for the last. This way I can come back and, you know, fix it. It's not, the concealer is not as heavy when you come back to the front. It's very important not to put too much concealer on top of your brow, because you would have a very halo brow if you do use a lot of concealer on top, and that is very unflattering to the eyebrow world. So it's, you know, go very light with the concealer when you're doing the outline on top. And it's, again, take your time, be very slow with it, because brows, I spend the most time doing my brows, and you know, I never always get it perfect, but I try my best. I always make sure to try my best and take my time with it. This way, you know, I'm happy at the end of the day. Now that that's done, I like taking my Maybelline brow pencil and going over where I just applied my concealer and lightly running over that brow pencil on top of that concealer. This sort of gives it a very defined look for me. Then once I'm done concealing, I love taking a synthetic brush and blending out the concealer on the bottom and top of my eyebrow. Now this last step is completely optional. I like taking the brow wax, and I love running it over the hairs of my brow. This sort of ensures that your hair stays in place and it doesn't smudge at the end of the day. It depends on the type of day that you have. And that completes how I do my brows. I hope you guys enjoyed this eyebrow tutorial. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments down below. Also, don't forget to like and subscribe to this channel. I will be bringing a lot of fun eye looks coming up in the future, so be on the lookout for that. And again, thank you so much for watching, and see you next time. Bye.